Welcome to another episode of This Just Thing. My name is Phil Balabanos.
I'm Pantelis.
And today's episode is brought to you by Xenospace Creative Suites. Are you a creative fucker?
I like to think I am.
I like to believe that creativity and fuckery go together, and nothing better than a space to do both of those things. So if you're Montreal-based and looking for a creative place, maybe you're a YouTuber, maybe you're an entrepreneur, maybe you just need a place to hide from the wife, come to Xenospace. XenospaceMTL.com. See you then. Today, we're talking about Mike Hughes. Mad Mike Hughes.
A.K.A. Wile E. Coyote.
A.K.A. the Rocket Man. So this guy, Mad Mike Hughes.
They call him Mad Mike Hughes?
Yeah, they do.
What is this so mad about?
So, he's a self-taught, take a pause, he's a self-taught rocket scientist. This guy, Mad Mike Hughes, let's call him Dr. Hughes for now.
He saw a lot of YouTube tutorials on how to become a scientist.
Yeah, and he's a flat earther. So he said, you know what? I'm tired of the government being the one who supplies me with all my photographic evidence. I'm going to build me a rocket. Okay? I'm build me a rocket. I'm going to fly up into the skies and look down at the flat earth, get a few, Instagram pictures, and I'm going to live stream it on Facebook, and that's it, flat earth. Boom.
What happened?
He crashed, he's in the hospital.
Yeah, you know what the problem was? The problem was because the earth was flat for him. That's what happened. So he landed on a flat surface and he hurt himself. Had the earth been round, he could have landed on one of the edges.
Yeah, just like...
just slid down. What did he prove? What did he prove right now?
He proved that there is no such thing as a self-taught rocket scientist. Guys, he built a rocket that looks like it's made by Acme, like straight out of like...
It's Wile E. Coyote level.
Yeah, it's Wile E. Coyote level, which only proves one simple fact, that at some point he must have looked down and then he was like, oh, here we go.
Just a silhouette of him in the sand when he landed.
The rocket itself is called the Research Flat Earth Rocket, so clearly not a creative guy. And look, I hope he's okay, honestly.
Yeah, I hope he's okay. I don't want it to happen to the guy.
But like, for months he's been working on this thing, overhauling it, tinkering. Launch day finally comes, and he just falls out of the sky, which honestly I don't think anyone believed anything else would happen.
Here's the thing. I'm with him halfway. I agree. I don't trust the government either. But not everything that anybody who's ever been part of the government has ever said is a complete lie. What's with this fucking flat earth thing? How is it getting such momentum?
The earth must be flat, otherwise it would fall off the turtle's back. We've covered this before.
Yeah. How's the turtle gonna hold a fucking globe?
A globus.
So stupid.
And my first thought was we should send him a get well/thank you card, because we couldn't make this shit up if we tried. So in what is sure to be the backstory to the third installment of Red Dawn, the United States has expelled 60 Russian diplomats.
60! 60! That's a lot. I didn't even know there was that many Russian diplomats.
I thought there would be more, to be honest.
In the States, in one country.
America's a big country. Russia's
You need them all over the country.
I guess.
Just stick around Washington.
Doing stuff.
Diplomatic stuff.
No?
What are they doing in Wisconsin? Doesn't make sense. Suspicious.
Cheese.
Suspicious.
So Sergei Skripal, who was a former double agent for the Russians, then a double agent for the UK, then a double agent, blah, 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 back and forth. He was poisoned. His daughter was poisoned.
Oh, they poisoned his daughter too?
Yeah. And the poison that they used is like developed and controlled and owned by, it's like a proprietary Russian poison. So the Russians are saying, we won't give an official statement until you give us a documentation that says everything that they're saying in the news. They're like, we want to see the research that says this is our poison.
How you know it's Russian poison? Could be Ukrainian poison, Belarusian poison, Georgian poison. You don't know.
There's one of two things that have happened here, right? Either the Russians are actively murdering people, which I wouldn't put it past them at all. Mad Vlad, he gets shit done. Or they have something very, very dangerous that they have now lost control of, and they're like, what? No, it is in Kremlin.
I think we have like an Agent 47 hitman situation where there's one fucking guy out there fucking...
UK says you have 24 hours to comply. This was about a week or two ago. They don't comply, and they were just like, blit, we don't do. And they expelled a bunch of Russian diplomats. This is the biggest expulsion since the beginning of the Cold War. Now, and I've been following the stories like passively. I didn't think the US was going to do anything. They just expelled 60 diplomats. The EU countries are doing the same thing. Like I said, Red Dawn is coming.
What do you do in that situation when you're expelled from a country, right? When you get home, what's your job? They're like, fuck, now we have to put you in another country. And then what if it's not as cool a country as the one before? Like, imagine people going from the US, now they're like, look, man, there's only one country. You're Zimbabwean representatives right now. And then they have to go represent Russia in Zimbabwe. And they're like, oh, what the fuck? I was in the States. I had 24-hour drive-through. Now I'm in this village. What is happening?
There's a fucking giraffe in my kitchen.
Yeah, how does it work? Or is it like, no, now you have to find a new career path. Sir, are you interested in becoming an Olympian?
The one white guy in Zimbabwe is going to be an Olympian?
No, I meant for the Russians.
I don't think so.
For the Russians.
The Americans are saying that of these 60 diplomats, all of them were actually undercover intelligence officers, aka spies. It was my understanding that diplomats were spies.
Yeah, no, what else do you think they're doing in your fucking country? Like, everything is so public. Because it's not like they can't get into the really hardcore stuff. They're not going to get into Area 51. So all the other stuff, the political, is all on TV anyway. They could have just sat in Moscow watching fucking CNN. They would have found out basically what's going on. With a CNN spin, obviously. But
obviously, yeah. So our next story has to do with Lauren Southern. Or Southern?
Southern.
Southern?
She's a Southern belle.
She's not from the South at all, actually. She's Canadian. And the story has to do with the UK. So she's been categorized by the Daily Mail as a Canadian far-right activist. Take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I don't know how true that is, because they always categorize you as something. Last week I was a liberal faggot. This week I made fun of the Pope on Twitter, and people are categorizing me as alt-right.
But congratulations, first of all. Congratulations.
Next week I'm going to be Buddhist.
Couldn't you be an alt-right, left-wing faggot?
Maybe. I don't know. Let's see what it evolves into.
Hey, you can self-identify as anything you want. She's calling it a social experiment. Honestly, there's a part of me that agrees with the statement she made after she got in trouble. If she had made the statement before she got in trouble, I would believe her more.
Tell me more about this story, Phil.
So she basically came out, and I'm kind of like beating around the bush here, because I'm not even sure if I can say in quotations what she implied without us getting like a full-blown like...
She said Allah is gay.
That's what she said.
So God is gay.
God is gay. She said God is gay, but she specifically used the Arabic term for God.
To anger them.
To get a reaction. Which I guess is the same thing. Right? Yeah. So she wanted to show how the right for hardcore right-wing Muslims to be angry and homophobic, how does that right supersede a gay person's right to be?
She has a point.
She makes an interesting point. I'm of the school of thought that anyone can do whatever the fuck they want as long as it doesn't fuck with other people's lives, right? So be gay, be Muslim, be a gay Muslim. I don't care.
But I feel like she's not thinking too far ahead in the joke, because she shouldn't have said Allah, because that doesn't make sense, because it's God, right? Does God, if there's a God,
she said does
it have a you know what I mean? An orientation. I thought it's like omnipresent. She's just trying to piss people off.
She specifically went after
Arabs.
Yeah.
So she was just trying to piss any Arab believers off. Which
she did.
Good for her.
Because she was banned from the UK.
Oh, shit.
For, under Section 7 terrorism for racist hate speech.
That's not terrorism.
That seems a bit much. She jokes about it, so I feel like she's kind of happy she got banned.
Here's the thing, though. How is this terrorism? Because years ago, if you remember the movie Dogma?
Mm-hmm.
So...
Great fucking movie.
Great movie. So Kevin Smith said that God is a woman. It's Alanis Morissette, right?
Yeah.
Nobody got in trouble for that. Some people protested outside the theater.
Did people protest?
Yeah, people protested.
What was the name of the Jesus character that they had introduced in the Catholic Church?
Christ.
Buddy Christ, right?
Nobody's killing anybody over it. And even in the defense of the people that she was defending in that situation, nobody did anything to her. I don't think anybody attacked her or anything. They're just like, what kind of fuckery is this? You know what I mean?
She was passing out leaflets basically that said Allah is gay, Allah is trans. She basically saying, because I am this, because I'm a homosexual, because I'm transsexual, I can still believe in God and choose to live my life this way. Like, I get it, but she must have known.
Yeah, but here's the thing. She was trying to be like, the things that other like Christians take, like people make fun of Jesus all the time. I'm gonna do it to the Muslims, and you're gonna see that they're a bunch of animals, and they're gonna go crazy. But nobody did anything to her. That's the other thing. The people who did something was the authorities. But nobody attacked her.
People were angry with her. They were arguing with her.
But of course they're angry with her. Yes, that's what she's trying to do.
That's completely fine.
If somebody comes up to me and they're like, I don't know, they start talking shit about me or about Phil, or well, if it's Phil, I'm gonna let them talk shit. But if it's about me, I'm gonna be like, hey, what do you see? They're gonna get a reaction maybe.
So she's basically saying that she achieved her goal. She highlighted a double standard.
What she said, what she was trying to prove is true. There is clearly a double standard right now, but it's not just on the people that she was attacking. It's also on the government there.
Of course.
Because the government is letting it be known that, whoa, you can only make fun of specific people, and the second you make fun of this group, we're fucking scared about it, so we gotta kick you out of the country. So you know what the UK should maybe do? Same thing that Canada should do, is maybe not reintegrate ISIS into society. Maybe that would fucking help if they stop spending money bringing them back.
So basically, Lauren Southern did the social experiment. It seems like it was a huge success, according to what she set out to do. She was not banned from the Commonwealth countries. She's attractive, so she's still welcome in Canada and Australia and a few African nations. So hey, on the topic of Africa, Bruno Mars, right? He's black-ish.
I don't know if he's black. I don't think he's African.
He's not, actually. His mom's a Filipina, and his dad's a Puerto Rican Jew.
Oh yeah, that's black. That's
black. As black as black.
That's how you make black.
So
everyone
knows Bruno Mars, right? He's won a lot of awards. He's got that funky dance moves. He's got the interesting hair. The guy can sing. He's got them moves like Jagger, apparently, or someone who can dance better than Jagger.
He doesn't sing moves like Jagger.
No. That's Maroon 5. They're very white. So Bruno Mars, I guess, sings black music. I wouldn't categorize it as that, but he does rap sometimes, and he's got that funk kind of soul rhythm.
Okay.
And now a lot of black entertainers are coming out and saying that he's guilty of cultural appropriation. What? So he's not black enough? Is that what I'm? Is that because like
So
Chappelle?
is he dropping N-bombs?
Chappelle's not from the hood, and he makes jokes about the project all the time.
Is he dropping N-bombs?
I've never heard Bruno Mars drop an
So
N-bomb.
then what are we getting mad about? I don't understand.
Yeah. Go.
So the problem is that he's singing funky music.
Yeah.
Elvis and Led Zeppelin stole music from black artists. Yeah, they stole riffs, they stole lyrics. That's a different story. I'm against that shit too. Don't steal music and then reappropriate
piracy.
it as your own.
Yeah, that's different.
That I'm against. But to be like, oh no, this genre of music is just ours. That's not the community. That's just some idiots that are getting mad about it. That's not a real thing.
She says what Bruno Mars does is he takes pre-existing work and he just completely, word for word, recreates it.
Oh, then that's
exactly what you
thievery.
said.
That has nothing to do with cultural appropriation. Stop using the wrong word. Here's the thing. This generation, okay? You know how we could sum it up in one word? Hyperbole.
I think it's
That's
pronounced Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. Hyperbole. Everybody exaggerates. Oh, you don't agree with me? You must be a Nazi. If he stole, fuck him. You shouldn't
But at the
steal.
same time, even Elvis and Led Zeppelin, if
Stole.
they hadn't stolen that music, we wouldn't have half the rock we have today. We wouldn't have all kinds of different genres.
Yeah, but don't steal.
No, I'm not saying they should have stolen the music, but I'm just saying that that's what happened, right? I get that people say a lot of white artists appropriate black culture. Like, you've seen it done with the Japanese culture, and you can't do that. There's your geishas. That's not right.
Really? I didn't see that.
It happens all the time. Like, not Chris Brown, Jason Derulo's latest video, he was accused of cultural appropriation because there's like a whole geisha scene in
He
it.
did it in whiteface.
As a Greek person, I find cultural appropriation to be the silliest fucking load of garbage I've
You've
ever heard
all
of.
appropriated the fuck out of our culture.
Yeah, and we're just happy to be included.
Any music is Greek music.
I don't know. I wouldn't go that far.
Drama? You like drama? You like acting? You like TV?
Comedy?
Comment right here.
Right here.
Right? You see us complaining? No, just enjoy it. We're glad that you fucking barbarians got out of the dark ages and now you're enjoying the same civilized things we've been enjoying for thousands of years.
Whatever. We can't win them all. Bruno Mars can dance. He can sing. He's won Grammys, which apparently he won because he's white-ish
Listen.
and he appeals to the white people.
That's stupid.
It is stupid.
He
Of
doesn't
course
appeal to
it's
anybody.
stupid.
Let me tell you something. If he's not dropping N-bombs
He is not,
and
to
he's
my
not
knowledge.
stealing music,
He is
I don't
apparently,
care.
allegedly.
Yeah, but if he's stealing music, then fuck that guy. You know, because he stole the music. Not
But
'cause-
call him a pirate. Don't call him a fucking
Don't call him a cultural
appropriator.
a colonizer.
And you know what? Who better to talk about a not black enough guy who's appropriating other cultures, also sometimes stealing, and with incredibly deep-seated mommy issues than Poseidon, our very own Poseidon.
Rednecks like to fuck their cousins, right? So if hip hop and rap artists started rapping about fucking their cousins, that would be cultural appropriation, right? But if the rednecks, they start rapping and doing hip hop, same style like, you know, most black artists do, it's not cultural appropriation because it is a dominant culture in the US. Whereas opposed to fucking your cousin is a very, very, very big like minority culture thing. There's very few people that do that, very fucked up people that just say, put it out there. It's not normal to fuck your cousin. Don't fuck your cousin. But anyways, that's what cultural appropriation is. So y'all motherfuckers need to chill the fuck out.
That segment just happened.
That did.
And it's one of the reasons why a race war in America is still very possible. It's because of segments like Poseidon's.
Because of people like Poseidon. But I feel like Poseidon is the key to bridging the gap,
Maybe.
right?
Maybe.
Between man and animal. I'm gonna end it on this, which is there are no guns in jails. Well, the guards have guns, but the inmates don't have guns, but they still manage to kill each other. My name is Phil Balabanos.
I'm Pantelis, and that's all you're going to get. But remember, if you don't want this to be all you're going to get, you want to get some more, subscribe.
Subscribed and make sure that your notifications are on.
You're going to
so
be
that you
notified
can-
of any new episode of This Just Thing, any new episode of the Pantelis podcast, and any new episode of Phil's brand new, coming
Still doing
soon,
that?
hard-hitting series, Fill My Hole.